Welcome to Wager Talk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. It's Wednesday. Got to get you ready for the Final Four. We got MLB action. We got NBA. We got free plays. Dan, get on in here. The magical lacrosse run continues. That was what.
Sorry, Jesse. Hi. Bye, Jesse. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say, Andy. I was going to say we lost. We had a Lehigh plus 7.5. And we lost our lacrosse play. April Fool's right out the gate. No, we had one of the most miracle covers of all time. But that's why, Andy, when we send out these bets, especially in a sport like this, we give you parameters. We say play it at this number or don't play it at all. And honestly, Andy, we've had a couple by those half points because the lines have been a lot sharper this year. But we picked our spots great. So you have the numbers of what the lacrosse run has been. We'll tell you what's going on the show, but I actually do not know. I haven't paid attention. I'm joking.
22, what are the 22-8. You're 22-8 this year.
Oh wow, that's decent.
For
that's
over
decent.
30 units. It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
But who wants to bet lacrosse? Nobody wants to hear about lacrosse, Andy. Shut up. That's a stupid sport. Give me money line parlays.
Well, let's talk about some square sports. Who we got on today's show?
Man, if you're wondering who you should be fading in the Final Four, you are in the right place because Jesse Schule is going to let you know. Fade City, which of these teams left should you not be backing in college basketball action? He's also going to talk Yankees and Mariners. Great game going today that we'll get some tips on, and maybe also some tips on one of the guys who's been winning year over year in baseball, how he's going to be attacking the MLB baseball season. And then the triumphant return of Skee Profit. That's right. Skee is back in the house, folks. He's talking Hawks Magic. He's talking Celtics Heat, and he's also reminding you, stay tuned because Profit Picks nearly follows us here on Wager Talk Today. So Andy's going to take you all around the world. We got to get right into it. I mean, I already threw Jesse on the screen, so we might as well bring him back in from his coastal resort live in the flesh. Jesse, good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, man. I'm, I love fading teams, but I can't say that I'm going to miss college basketball. There's a few games left, but I'm looking forward to moving on to NBA playoffs and Major League Baseball, NHL, you name it.
Love it.
Let's get right into it. You're the fade machine, and I don't mean fade your picks. I mean, you tell us who to fade. We got to make sure we clarify that when we say just fade.
No, he's not like our friend Trent. It's not fade his picks. It is he tells you who you should be fading.
Yes, absolutely. So we got Final Four. This is a tough one. You got four amazing teams here, but who are we fading in the Final Four?
Well, I'm going to focus on the game between the UConn Huskies and the Fighting Illini. You got Illinois -2. Of course, this is the first Final Four for Illinois in 20 years, and we've seen UConn in the Final Four 5 times during that span. So you'd have to say that history favors the Huskies. However, you look at that win over Duke, and a lot of people will tell you, well, if they could beat Duke, they can beat anybody. But in my opinion, watching that game, watching the way it ended, I think Duke beat themselves. I mean, Duke had a 15-point lead at halftime. They kind of got complacent, let them back into the game. And that final sequence, the turnover and the shot from the logo, that's not replicable in, moving forward. And I think they're going to suffer a letdown here against an Illinois team. You look at Illinois' path. They've won all their games by double digits. They're coming from the Big Ten. The Big Ten, I think, is a little bit better competition than the Big East. And there's one specific criteria that fits 28 of the last 29 national champions. And when we're talking about playing for a spot in the national championship game, I think that criteria becomes particularly significant. And you guys have probably heard this one. 28 of the last 29 national champions have ranked in the top 25 in KenPom in offensive rating and defensive rating. And the Huskies just don't fit that category. They're not in the top 25 in offensive rating. And in fact, when you look at their opponent adjusted, they're not in the top 40. Like I said, I think they got a little bit lucky against Duke. Illinois is a team that's just playing their best basketball right now. I like Illinois. I'll take Illinois on the money line in this Final Four matchup.
All right, Illinois on the money line. We're going to talk MLB here. I want to get to Yankees and Mariners, but just give us some thoughts on Major League Baseball. I guess what worked for you last year? What are you kind of looking at this year? Just give me some overall thoughts on how you handicap baseball.
I think the one major difference that's going to stand out to a lot of people is a lot of people talk about price and price limits when they're betting baseball. And I totally disagree with that. And I know I'm on an island. Not a lot of people agree with me. However, I was top 3 last year. I'm top 3 at WagerTalk since 2024, 2023, 2022, the last 4 years, consistently top 3 in profit with Major League Baseball. And of course, when we're talking about profit, we're talking about me betting on favorites and still getting those units up there. And it's my opinion that it's not price that you need to focus on. It's price relative to win probability. And to just say, well, I'd rather bet teams minus 110 and minus 120. Well, if their win probability is 51 and 52%, you're not doing any favors for yourself. What you're looking for is a team that's got a higher win probability relative to the price being charged. And if you land on a minus 150 or minus 170 favorite, but the win probability suggests that they should, and of course, win probability is a matter of opinion. But when you've been doing this for decades, when you have the experience that a lot of us have, not just myself, you're pretty good at zeroing in on a fairly accurate win probability. And yeah, when you can find a win probability that should be priced at 2-1 and you get it for between 150 and 170, you need to make that bet every time. That's how I make my money with Major League Baseball.
I mean, proof's in the pudding. Your record is pretty fantastic. So let's hear your take on this Yankees Mariners. Yankees. I got a prop coming up on Giancarlo Stanton. He got 2 hits in every single game? That's a prop that I've given out when he's healthy. He's amazing, but this Yankees pitching staff seems pretty good. However, Seattle minus 120 today. New York Yankees plus 100 over under 7. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that stands out is Seattle's the favorite here. You'd have to think the public's got to like the Yankees. They're 4-1. They're off to a great start. I think of the Yankees as far more of a public team than Seattle, but Seattle's earned it. I mean, they won the AL West last year. They had 51 wins at home, and putting that in perspective, the LA Dodgers only had 52 wins at home. But I'm looking at this game. You know, these teams have split the first 2 games. Both of these games have gone under the number, and I'm looking at a pitcher's duel. I'm looking at Cam Schlitter, and you got to be very careful with that name. You got to really watch the pronunciation of Cam Schlitter, because you could screw that up and say something that means something else. 5 1/3 scoreless innings, 1 hit, 8 strikeouts in his season debut. Last year, he was 4-3 with a 2.96 ERA, a 1.22 WHIP. He looked good in spring. The Yankees so far this year, the number 2 ranked bullpen in the majors, a 0.53 ERA among the relievers. And then you got Seattle. If you look at the history, Seattle and New York, the Yankees have won 7 of the last 10. The total has gone under in 6 of those 10 games, but the under is 6-1 in Seattle during that span. George Kirby goes for Seattle. He tossed 6 innings, allowed 1 run, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts against Cleveland in his season debut. He's coming off a bit of a disappointing year. Kirby came into last season expected to compete to be one of maybe the Mariners' ace. They've got a handful of guys that all have the ability to maybe develop into an ace. And Kirby is one of them, or was thought to be one of them. It didn't happen for him last year. That said, 5-4 with a 3.38 ERA in a dozen home starts. That's not bad numbers. I think this is going to be a pitcher's duel, specifically early, and I was able to get a good line. First half total under 4, minus 118. I'd go 3.5, but I'd really prefer 4 if you can get it and lay a bit of juice. So first half under is what I like in this game.
So we had a bet on a player prop on Schlittler in his first game, and we typed out cash Schlittler smash spot. I defy anybody to say that bad boy without getting beeped.
Feels good.
So, Jesse, any teams that you've been, I mean, we're early on in the season, but any teams you got your eye on, fade, follow in MLB?
Yeah, I always like paying attention to the Dodgers. Like, of course, everybody knows the Dodgers are the best team in baseball. All the talent in the world. They spend the big bucks, but their season win total last year was 105.5. And I think they won 93 games, so they came up well short. And, public money, they're going to be in a lot of parlays. Everybody's going to throw the Dodgers money line in their parlays. I think there's going to be some opportunities to bet against the Dodgers, maybe taking their opponent on the run line as an underdog. I've given that play out a few times, and I think there will be value just because I think there's a bit of a gap between. I'm not saying the Dodgers aren't the best team in baseball. I still believe they are. They have the talent. But I think there's a gap between how good they actually are and how good people believe them to be.
Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. It's funny, you pay attention to the Dodgers. I like betting on Rockies games. I like just going to the complete trash heap of
well, wait till the Rockies play the Dodgers. You'll get 2.5 runs instead of 1.5.
Wow.
Oh,
it's all that trick.
I know, but Rockies were like one of the best to start the season on the run line. So I don't know if I can do a 2.5. So what do you have up for everybody, Jesse?
I've got an early baseball play. It's a 4% play going in the afternoon. I'm number one at WagerTalk since 2022 with 4% and 5% baseball, up 134 units with those plays, 60% winners.
Nice. Good stuff, Jesse. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your insight. And as always, thank you for telling us who to fade. I appreciate you, brother.
The fade god, but we are not fading him. Andy, real quick, I'll throw out an MLB play that I just bet because it goes at 105. So I just want to throw this one out there for the live viewers. We got Skee coming up. He's going to talk NBA here. Andy's going to let you know what we have up. But real quick, I'm zigzagging. Phillies have been an over machine like we talked about yesterday. I kind of warned you. I was like, everybody and their grandmother is just stepping up to bet the over 9.5 because the game went under yesterday. Now it's getaway day here. We got the day game action. It's still hot. It's still humid here in Philadelphia. I'm going over the 8 Phillies Nationals. Outside of that 2-3 game, neither of these teams have had a game that has gone under 9 runs throughout this year. So I know it's early. I know it's not a lot of data, but just because we lost on the over that we have been cashing with both of these teams doesn't mean we fully get off it. So give me the over in the Phillies game. That's at 105 for you guys.
Okay. All right. I'll give you an early one. Nathan Eovaldi. I'll take his over 2.5 runs. He wasn't very good against your Phillies team on his first start. He gave up 5. So there's some bettable numbers on earned runs. But yeah, I started handicapping these games. I looked at the times and I'm like, what they all started.
Yeah, we can't do any of it on WagerTalk. That's it on WagerTalk today. It's a shame, but you live viewers, boom, ride with us and best of luck to you. You can drop in below. Let us know what you're rocking with today. Andy, before we bring in Skee, what does the squad have rocking? We cashed another lacrosse play. Our tennis, unfortunately, didn't get there, but we keep on moving, brother. I'm sorry I brought it up, but we talked about when we lose. We talked about when we win.
Yeah, we talked about when we talk. It hurt, and I watched the entire match, and it was the most frustrating loss in tennis we've had this season because our team, when they were winning, they just smashed the other team, and the other team would just win these super close points. It would barely go in, and then it goes into extra match. We were up in everything. We were up in every single set. We were up in the tie break, and they didn't get it done. So I fully, if you want a smash spot, go play the other leg of our parlay because that's pretty much a guarantee that the one's gonna hit this morning. That's gonna do. So cricket is going right now. So I'm uploading 2 rugby plays this afternoon, and we've also got another cricket play that goes off tomorrow or Friday, but that'll be up for all access clients. And we do have our half price darts play. It's a 4%er that goes off tomorrow. We lost our darts play of the week last week, but we're 12-5 on the year. Really happy with that percentage. And we have a 4% NBA best bet. NBA has been going good. Can't wait to talk to Skee about that. But yeah, 5-1 run on NBA. And over at Sports Memo, don't forget about Sports Memo. All plays over there at $7. We're on a 12-4 run at Sports Memo. So we have a best bet that's over there for $7. So a lot of really good things. If you want 30 days, take $100 off. It goes down from $299 to $199. At the end of the show, I'll go over our first quarter of the year, do a little accounting. I know numbers are not that exciting, but it's tax season, so we'll go over some numbers and update everybody. But I would highly recommend 30 days, $100 off.
Yeah, I think 30 days is the absolute no-brainer. It's going to get you action all the way through a full month of plays, get you through April. That'll get you towards the college lacrosse playoffs for you as well. It's one thing we're capping. MLB, we're going to continue capping that. But you want to grab before this weekend, Andy? I have on my short list, and typically we're playing 1 lacrosse game, 2 lacrosse games a day. I have 5 potential games on the short list. I'm going to dial it in. I don't think we'll end up having 5 plays, but the ones that missed the cut, I'll give out here on Friday. But a huge slate of lacrosse. So hop on, guys. Like Andy said, 22-8. And that is included with Andy Lang's All Access.
I wanted to bring up something in the comments. Heard Ohtani wants to win a Cy Young Award. So yesterday I talked about Ohtani going under his outs prop because the Dodgers didn't want to use him up.
Yeah.
He went full 6 innings, and yeah, on the broadcast, and the guys on Total Bases did a great job talking about this. They said on the broadcast, Ohtani's just like, I want to win the Cy Young. I am going to be on Ohtani overs. It sounds like they're going to use him up because they've got a good pitching staff that's deep, and he needs to get enough innings and enough usage to qualify for it. It sounds like if he's pitching even remotely decent, they're just going to leave him in. So we could be looking at a lot of overs for Ohtani. That was a big, big surprise to me.
And Andy, I think another way that you can, kind of attack that too, or obviously when Days Ohtani is starting, you're going to see huge money line favorites for the Dodgers. If you like him in the matchup, take Ohtani to record the win because he's going to go deep enough. In following that same type of logic, if you want to take a big money line down under that 200 to maybe closer to, minus 150, sometimes, even minus 130s when you're talking about pitchers to record a win. If you think Ohtani is going deep because he wants the Cy Young, you like the matchup for the Dodgers, those are the day you take Ohtani to record a win. That's a way that I attack some of these money line favorites, so I'm not having to lay minus 230s plus every single day.
Love it. Let's bring in Skee Profit. Let's get our daily dose of NBA. Wednesday, how are you?
What up, y'all? I've been better. I'm getting over being a little sick, but I'm kind of on the up part, so feeling a little bit better than the past couple of days. Good to be back with you guys.
Nice. We got a couple of games we want to talk about, but you got to be feeling good in Lakers land right now. You guys are kind of becoming the team that nobody wants to play in the playoffs. You guys are looking good. Look at that smile.
I'm not going that far, but they have been playing good. I mean, I think a lot of it is just DeAndre Ayton was trying to do too much in the beginning of the season. He thought he was better than he was, and he finally acknowledged, I'm not that guy. I just need to do what my team, is asking of me, just like Jackson Hayes. And ever since he kind of made those statements, the Lakers have been playing really good as a whole. Combination of that and getting healthy. So I do think the Lakers have a chance. I'm not saying they absolutely are going to win or make it, but having 3 guys who average above 20 points, I don't see another team with that.
I watched the Lakers last year, and I thought Jackson Hayes legitimately was one of the worst NBA players I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yes.
It was comical. Like he would start the game and play 2 minutes, and they'd have to pull him because he already had 3 fouls or he already missed a couple of. He's better this year.
Well, that's the Luka effect. I mean, we saw that on the Mavericks. Anywhere Luka goes, centers are going to look amazing. Any center will line up and happily go to play with Luka because he will make them a lot of money. So that's what you're seeing from Jackson Hayes. And Luka's played better with him than with Ayton this year.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a couple games here. We got the Atlanta Hawks And the Orlando Magic, I don't know what to make of this team. I'm glad you get to handicap this game and not me. We got Atlanta -4.5 with an over-under of 232.5. What do you make of this Hawks and Magic matchup tonight?
Yeah, well, I'll start off and say out of the two games I'm talking about, this is my least favorite one. But clearly, everybody knows if you've been watching the NBA, the Hawks have been probably the hottest team. So it is really hard to go against them. And on the other side, the Magic have been quite the opposite. I mean, they did get a win last night versus Suns. The only other win they've had in the past maybe like 10 games or games that I can remember is a small win versus the Kings. So it's been a team that's not been playing well, even though they've been needing these wins. They're right now in the 8th spot, a half a game from the 10th spot, also 2.5 games from the 5th spot. So even though they've been losing, they're still right there, and you're going to get effort. I thought yesterday was a good spot for the Magic. They did end up winning. I kind of have a feeling that this is one of those spots again where they're going to hang around. You look at the Magic this year, yes, they're on a back-to-back, but that's where they perform well all season. I believe they're 9-4 straight up. And the coach even acknowledged that in the post-game interview yesterday. So I think you get a good effort. They're usually good in this role. It's just really hard to go against what Atlanta's doing right now. But if I had to, I would take the Magic on the side. And to what I'm saying about the standings, it is important for both teams. I talked about the Magic. The Hawks, they're right now in the 5th spot, only a half game ahead of the 6th, 1.5 games from being in the play-in tournament. I think because of that, you get a really good effort defensively from both teams. I see the total came down slightly. I agree with the way it's going.
We'll move on to the Celtics and the Heat. I've kind of gone back and forth. What's the biggest surprise team? Is it the Celtics or the Heat? I think it's the Celtics. I can't believe that they're this good and that they got Tatum back and that Tatum looks as good as he is. I would total swing and a miss on my part from predicting how the Celtics season would go. And here they are, 5-point favorites against this Miami team. Miami team just blew a game to the Pacers. We're just openly trying to lose and pulling starters and pulling play. Like, just guys, stop making shots. And somehow the Heat somehow lost to them. So you got Boston only -5, which is strange to me because Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum look like they're going to play. Over under at 228.5. This line kind of stinks to me. What do you think? You buying into the Celtics?
Well, the Celtics have been playing really good basketball, right? And if you just look at who's been playing better lately, it's absolutely Boston. So I can see why a lot of people line up and go run to the window to bet them. That was my initial thought. But when I thought about it a little bit closer, I mean, this Heat team, they're right there in that mix with those other teams I named. They're 9th seed, tied with the 10th seed, 3 games behind the 5th spot. So a lot of motivation for them. And in their last game, they didn't come out playing the best, but at halftime, it looked like they just flipped the switch. They asked the players about it after the game, and Jaime Jaquez was saying, it was one of their, best halftimes. It was one of their better performances after. And he said that he credited Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo for, taking the lead. And when they asked Bam Adebayo about it, he said, we know what's at stake. Tyler Hero just said we stress playing harder and focus. So everybody knows there's 6 games left, just about. Every game matters. So in a game like that, you have a Boston team who's playing at the slowest pace so far this year. A Boston team also who's coming off of a loss. And if you look at them this year, they play amazing defense when they lose a game. Their opponent team total is 18-6 to the under after a loss, 8-2 the last 10. Overall, the unders are 7-3 the last 10 after a loss. So I expect that from them tonight. You look at Miami in their last game, they'll do whatever they have to do to win. If they got to play zone because the defense isn't working, they will do it. Last game, they played 60% zone, and we know that slows the pace, disrupts rhythm and the normal shot quality or normal shots that the opponents get. So I like that the Heat have that in their back pocket. You also look at Bam and Hero played 40-plus minutes in their last game, third game in 4 nights. I would think that you would get less pace and just, more trying to conserve energy and execute well. The energy, most of the energy is going to go on the defense. So I think this total is too high. Miami's last 5 games were total 240+. This line is 228.5. I think they brought it down for a good reason, and I think it still stays under.
You still think the Thunder should be the favorites? Or do you think there could be some surprises in the West or coming out of the East?
Do I think they should be the favorite as far as, what they've accomplished? Yes. Do I think they're going to win? I'm not so sure. I don't think they're going to win. If I have to, I think the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs are playing the best basketball to me right now, and they got the alien on their team. As long as he can stay healthy, I know they're not the most experienced team, but they can beat anybody with that lineup that they have and the depth that they have. So I like the Spurs. The Nuggets are even live if they get healthy. And we talked about the Lakers a little bit. I do not like OKC to win.
I like it. I like it. We were joking yesterday about some of the craziness that's happened this season. So I'll give you two of the weirdest things that happened this season. What do you think's the weirdest? These are two things that actually happened. All right. We had an NBA head coach work with the mafia to fix illegal poker games. And we had an NBA superstar, an MVP, a champion, getting paid millions of dollars from a fake landscaping company. So
I didn't hear about that one.
Aspiration, the Kawhi Leonard.
Oh yes,
yeah,
okay.
that
one surprises me more. That one definitely surprised me more. The other thing I feel like, especially since I've been watching Sopranos lately and all these mob movies, I feel like that stuff has been around forever. So I think the other one surprises me more.
It's hilarious. Fake landscaping company paying a guy.
Aren't there there's college kids getting in trouble for this too, huh?
Well, I don't know. It might be like with NIL. I think it's legal now. I mean, isn't it? I don't even think they need to hide it anymore. They can just be like, oh, thank God. Like, we don't have to have him. There was one college kid that got busted for they would make him go be a valet for like an hour. And the donors would just come up and just give him like $1,000 for parking their car. Like, this was
that's actually a good move.
Yeah, it is. That's
a good move.
I just like the way he parked my car, so I gave him $1,000. What up? There's like 100 Bentleys in the driveway. So, Skee, what do you have up for everybody today?
I don't have a package up for sale, but the play that I, have in my pocket, I did just give to you guys, and I'll be making more throughout the day. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved, whether it's the buy 3 days, get 3 free, NBA playoffs plus regular season. If you look at my NBA going back to 2021, I'm up just under 210 units. So, I mean, this is the time where I usually do good playoffs. So if you want to be involved, you can check me out over on WagerTalk.
Love it. Skee Profit. And also you got your show with Rob Vino, I believe. Tell us about
my
that.
bad. Rob Vino's back, actually. So I'm so thankful that he's back. I love Rob Vino. He's so knowledgeable about every sport. And if you watch us cap together, you'll see how much he helps my process. Hopefully I help his too. And if you watch the show, we'll most likely help yours. So check us out at about, I'll call it 10:45 Pacific Standard Time.
I like it.
All right.
Thanks,
Love
Skee.
it, Skee. Thank you very much. Good luck, brother. Thank you. Skee's one of my favorites, man.
Dude, I mean, it's like the just chill knowledge that you get from Skee. And if you do hang around and check out Profit Picks, now that Vino's back, like Vino's like a totals guy. You know what I mean? Like Vino's like an old school, like pen and paper handicapper. So bringing him and Skee together, it's one of my favorite pairings that's on the channel, and they interact with the chat a hell of a lot as well, like we do here. So hang out, guys. We got a lot of day game baseball. So if you have someone you want to bet later in the day, it's NBA for you. And the best way to do it, check out Profit Picks. And way to know that they go live, folks. Make sure you're subscribed here to the channel. Tell your friends to subscribe as well while you're hanging out. Hit that like button.
All right. It's
Don't do my man Skee like that. Come on. Although probably Skee would tell you it's probably spot on.
A couple plays in the chat. Fleetwood top 10 opening round. Okay, I see where you're going there. Tommy Fleetwood. He just got a sponsor. Dan, I don't know if you saw this story. He didn't have a sponsor. He was just wearing clothes with no logos and stuff on it, holding out for a sponsor. Nice. And Blackstone sponsored him.
Like the grill?
No, like the investment firm.
Oh, okay.
And they just put the ugliest logo on. He has the ugliest clothes now. It's embarrassing. It's really, really bad. Like normally when guys wear a hat, it just has a little logo on top. No, this is just like, it's really
bad.
Wow.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, I'm looking at some
really bad
Tommy Fleetwood Blackstone clothes, and it's literally, I mean, it's just the logo takes up 3/4 of his head.
It's so obnoxious. It's really bad. Rob, you're curious to see how Spieth does this weekend. I use him as my one and done. So you
like him?
For him. I do. I like Spieth. He's been consistent this year. That's normally the thing with Jordan Spieth. He's just all over the place, but he's been better this year. He plays good here, so I like that one. And let's do some free plays, and then we'll go. Over the first quarter, and we got one more baseball to open, which I left on the other side of the room, so I'll have to go get that. All right. You talked about Jordan Spieth and Tommy Fleetwood. I like Russell Henley in the top 20, including ties. This is -124 at DraftKings. 5 out of the 6 tournaments he's played in, he's finished top 20. It's a pretty weak field, and he finished 4th here 2 years ago. He did not play here last year, but he's just so consistent. And this course, you hit it in the rough, you can be behind trees, you can get in some hazards, and that's just not his game. He just plunks it in the fairway, puts it on the green, takes his birdies, and moves on to the next hole. So I got Russell Henley, top 20. Bulls and Pacers, Trey Jones over 15.5 points. I'm liking this more and more the more I look at it. So he's at 19 plus in 3 straight games, and they're playing this Pacers team that has won a couple games recently, and I see they're just starting to sit more guys. The Pacers are. So Trey Jones has been getting a lot of usage recently. So they got McConnell's out, Nemhart, Neesmith, Walker, Siakam is questionable. So I imagine the Pacers are not going to put up a good defensive effort. So Trey Jones getting a lot of shots. He's making 6 shots per game, adding free throws in there. So I like that one. And then Spurs and Warriors, I like Keldon Johnson over 12.5 points. The Warriors are sitting pretty much everybody. Like you look at their lineup and you're like, I mean, can they even field a team? Pat Spencer, Will Richard, those are your starting guard and forward. Dan, have you even heard of those?
I mean, if I say that I don't hear of them, then Nick is going to comment and tell us that we're dog shit. So yes, I have heard of all of them. I love all of them. They are terrific players. Unless they're bench players, then they are also terrific bench players. I've heard of every player that ever existed, Andy.
Okay, well, that's good. The Keldon Johnson that you've heard of, I think he's going to go over his points because the Spurs have no problem with blowing out teams that are not playing well or sitting guys. And the Spurs have kind of become the team where you just sit guys. You don't why put in an effort against a team that's probably going to mollywop you. So I think the Spurs bench guys are going to play quite a bit. Cornette is out. So look for Keldon Johnson to have some big points, especially in the fourth quarter. So those are your free plays.
Love it.
Let's do a quick overview of how the first quarter went.
Okay.
Just a recap. So myself, Dan, Jan, Jim, we combined for 204 wins, 170 losses, and plus 34.8 units of profit. It's pretty much spot on with where we want to be. Goal is 10 units per month, be up 120 units at the end of the year. It's lofty expectations, but I think we can do it. So pretty happy with that. MMA has been the black eye, no pun intended there. We just have not had a good read on UFC, but you look at the good things, tennis, lacrosse, boxing, those have been the 3 that have been really, really pleasant surprises, and credit to you, Dan. Like, you've just been absolutely fantastic on it. So that's where we stand, and looking forward to turning more profits in the next quarter. Even though it's summertime, we just got a lot of sports that are on our plate. So Formula One,
like I said, through the beginning of the NFL season, we'll have lacrosse action. College lacrosse has been really good to us this year. Also, what boomed us though is that Sixes tournament that we always do well in. It's one of the most profitable parts of the year for us. But then we'll have professional lacrosse starting up here, overlapping with the college season. So, Andy, I think, you see that 204 and 170, and we're just shy of where we're at. 4 months in, I guess we're about spot on where we want to be, 34.8 units. But I think one of the things that you get when you go to wt.buzz/AL is you're getting a team of cappers who have a little bit of a yin and yang. You know what I mean? Like, we have a bad golf weekend. Well, outside of the rare weekends where it happens where we all just shit the bed, if one of our sports isn't seeing it well, one of our other cappers is in the right headspace that they're seeing it well, whether it's Jan seeing it in cricket, you seeing it in tennis, Jim seeing it, throwing in MLB as well here. So that's one thing that I think people might not quite get. Like, Andy is, the head and what you see on the WagerTalk channel. But when you get the All Access with Andy, you're getting a team of 4 guys who are just dialed in, staying in our lanes. Like, I'm not telling Andy how to handicap his sports. He's not telling me how to handicap our sports. He's just the one saying this is worth this percentage of our bankroll. So if you want to cash throughout the summer, folks, WT.buzz/AL, 30-day all access packs is year all access, or you can do the buy 3, get 3 days for free. But the numbers speak for itself, Andy, and that's every single play documented. So there you go.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. So let me grab my baseball. Talk for 5 seconds.
Oh, don't worry, Andy. I can talk for more than 5 seconds. But guys, while you're hanging out with us, Andy's grabbing those baseballs. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe. And guys, hit the comments below. As we move into the slow season, let's get the views up here on WagerTalk Today. And that's all algorithm pushed by you guys commenting below. So we're helping you with winners every day here. We're helping you with handicapping advice. Help us out. Hit that like button, guys. We don't ask for much. We just ask for that and that subscribe button. Please, folks. That's my plea of the day, Andy.
All right, let's do it. Last mystery autographed baseball. All right. I started listing our baseballs on eBay, so we'll see.
Oh, so now I'm gonna find yours that are listed. Drive up the market price. I like this.
All right, last baseball. Come on, be a good one. Boy, if this could be like a Pete Rose or
Cal Ripken
something
Jr.
crazy. All right, here we go. Last baseball of the day or of the week
That is a baseball.
Alan Trammell. Is it Trammell or Trammell? 6-time All-Star.
You better pronounce it right, Andy, or you're getting freaking buried.
1984 World Series MVP, 4 times Gold Glove, 3 times Silver Slugger. Ooh, this is a pretty cool. This one actually says Gold Glove on there.
Oh, Gold Glove. All right, let me do
Gold Glove
that.
Award,
Gold Glove.
signed baseball. TRA.
Does it say MVP on it or anything?
It says 4 times Gold Glove, 4XGG.
4XGG. All right, so Andy, this one is listed anywhere from $80 up. Do the laces on it? Are the laces on it also gold, Andy?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's $79.99 up to $120 is kind of the range that we're in here.
Yes,
so that's a good one. That's a good one. I know who Alan Trammell is, or Alan Trammell. I know exactly who that is. He's a Golden Glove winner. I know him. I love him. Great player, and one of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So, even though I never heard of him, I just know that he's pretty good. So, all right. Thank you, Steven. Yeah,
you have
great show.
You ever dabble in the home runs? I don't do it much. Sometimes, you talk with the buddies. You say, "Hey, or you go to the ballpark. You take like a squad ride for $5 on a home run." I'm going to be going to the Phillies here. I think on the 12th. So I'll bet a home run prop. I'll let you know what home run prop I'm betting there.
Rob says, way underrated. One of the best shortstops of the 80s. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
borderline.
That's what I said.
I
said the same thing, Rob. I knew all about it.
Love it. Love it. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Appreciate you guys as always. Like button, comment below. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Get you ready for Final Four and a big weekend of sports. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck on your bets. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.